this one, we're going to give you an example that people using nowadays when we talk about pricing psychology. Let's start with the next one. This is very three main example that you can see widely. The first one, of course, the magic of 9. People using a lot of special price with the odd number of 9 because that actually influence as the cheaper price when they do the full price. Second one is when they do the word free. Amazon have been using it quite heavily and they have been very successful on penetration when they launch that if you buy the product with particular value, then you get the free shipping. The third one that now you start seeing a lot is involve some of the wording. Let's say you have a $5 free and with the word a small $5 free. People saying that the effect of the word small is actually changing the subscription by increasing subscription of the DVD by 20% just to add the word small. So that's kind of things that can be trigger our brains. Another example that I would like to talk today is the decoy. If you look at the left hand side of you will see that earlier in cinema, popcorn have two sizes. One with large at $7 and one with smaller at $3. But now if you want to increase people from buying popcorn at smaller size to bigger size, just add the one in the middle at $6.5. People going to ship that and moving that towards $7, which is going to give you a higher revenue because the average revenue per user is going to be higher. That's what we call decoy. Another part is called Goldilocks, where you're going to move an offer, look at it more appeal. Let's say we have two Starbucks glasses here, one with $2.5 and one with $3.5. Today, Starbucks might add one of the cup at $5. What happened is at $2.5 and $3.5, people tend to go with the smallest option, but once you add $5 in, $3.5 become much more interesting option and people tend to ship from $2.5 to $3.5 just to add the $5, the biggest skin, and that's what we call Goldilocks. The next one is using the social proof and authority. People tend to believe friends and family are experts when it comes to the social proof and authority. So let's say on the left hand side that you can see when you talk about the project, the evidence like, I get a lot of offer from a friend of me using. That make a decision maker going faster than normal. Another one could be you will see a lot of tab when you're going to buy a product where I say that this is the expert recommendation or this is the best choice that we have guaranteed choice. That kind of a thing can really trigger our brain to choose this option as well. Another option is you will see it a lot in the laptop also that they always have the default package for you. If you go with allies, they will not go with the lowest price, but they will go with the middle price somehow because the default option is always there, and then a lot of people, like 82% of the people, when they have default option, they try to select that, and as you saw, default option never be the lowest option for that as well. So this is the default option can be very good use when you want to upsell the product. Another way that we are looking at is the annual pricing. When we do annual pricings, we make an offer look more appeal than normal. Let's say we cut the price from initial price, and initial price might be the price that you don't thinking about selling it at all. It could be sticker price, it could be the price at higher than what you thought. But when you see the reduction in price, like the book here, you will see that it is much more appeal to the customer. Or some of them using an example of the sock here, you buy one sock, you get $1. If you get with the limit of 5 and you don't have to sell anything, just put the word limits in and people like, wow, this is going to be the real option and the really good option for me because there are limitations that. So that's kind of the thing that can trigger the system. One in the brand that I just mentioned in the video earlier. Another option is a priming. When we say priming is using the photo to make it more appeal or awkward of the emotion or identify. We have one of the coffee shop there that they have no people who being a cashier, but what happened is when you go there you have to pay the money for the coffee. Let's say the coffee is $1. They think that they put poster of the eye over there, and it's actually increasing the revenue, because if it, without the photo of the eye like this picture, people have a high intensity that they're just leaving without paying it because they have no people there. But when you have an eye picture, it's actually increasing the revenue back with the same selling unit, because basically people who are not paying seeing that eye and scare, and they start to pay. So that's kind of one way that you can pay around as a trick with that. Another way is you go with the flat rate basis. This is very good for startup as well when we're talking about unlimited option, or even in restaurant nowadays you go and you see a lot of all you can eat, all you can drinks to the price plan, because that way, and you have to make sure once you launch that this kind of unlimited option out of the market, you can actually increase the average revenue per user as well to doing that. Gym membership also using this flat rate basis as well, because you can go to the gym anytime without that that price as well, as you can see in the example here. Another option that is quite famous nowadays, especially in online, is when you have an option of buy now and you pay later. That can happen with Canon, where you can just get the camera back home and then you can pay a month later on, or when you're booking for the hotel via Agoda or other website, you can book now and you can pay the money later on. And that actually the option where actually help to encourage the customer to make the decision right away rather than before. Another thing is called scarcity, where you have to make the product much more attractive by putting the limit of timeline. Let's say 50% of the product, 50% discount at its end tomorrow, or the limit of the airplane ticket when you go on airplane ticket and you have to book for that. Let's say they might say this is only 2 seats left, if you don't get it now then you might don't have it. This is another trigger just to encourage the timeline that you are making for you make decision for that product or that service, just to shorten that while using this kind of pricing psychology. They have a lot of examples other than what I just mentioned, but you can also check it out in the reference as well. Thank you.